Welcome to the podcast. Can you take my shift? Your favorite coworkers are off the clock and back for another episode. Welcome back to the podcast, friends, children, enemies. How is everybody doing? Amy, I know last week was mainly about me, so...
Are you going to give me like 10 minutes now?
Yeah, but like, how was your past 2 weeks, Amy? How are you? What's new with you?
My week has been very, very stressful, but very, very exciting. Just because I've been working like 9-hour days at my work because I'm the receptionist right now. And it's been fine, but I don't like it because I have to sit at the front and my back is to the door. And so every time people walk by me, I'm like I get like so caught off guard because I'm not used to it. And then also people can see what I'm working on and they go, oh, what's that? Oh, that looks really cool. I'm like, please stop perceiving my work.
Yeah.
I am not here to be perceived. I missed my corner where no one paid attention to me. No one knew who I was. I didn't have to talk to people. I was just here to do my work.
Yeah, being a receptionist is different. You kind of turn into everyone's little, like, in the nicest way, little bitch boy.
Yeah, like, it's crazy seeing how much, like, grown-ass men don't clean up after themselves.
Yep.
Or my work has this weird thing where, like, we have, like, compostable hot cups because we have, like, a coffee machine, right? And I'll always put, like a big stack of cups and then a non-open stack of cups. And some motherfucker will take the open stack of cups, split it in half, put like half of it like across the table, and then I don't know if it's the same person or a different one, someone will open the unopened package and start using it off of there. So every time I go into the break room, there's just random stacks of cups everywhere. And I'm like, what are you doing? This is not... What was that, like, fast stack game called? You know, the one we played as kids where you stacked the cups?
Oh, yeah, I remember
I'm
those,
like, this is not that. Can you please just leave the cups where they're supposed to be?
Yeah, I don't understand that about office culture because with my new job, I'm still a receptionist, but I'm getting paid more. Mm-hmm. We have, like, our kitchen has, like, every little small appliance. Like, we have an espresso, so, like, I'm fully catered to. I can't go back to old drip coffee, but it's fine.
We are slowly becoming the 1%.
We absolutely are. But my work has a soda stream, and nobody cleans their bottles, and they just leave dishes. So it was like Friday afternoon, and like one of my jobs is just to clean up the microwave every Friday, and that's fine.
Yeah.
But like the sink was full of dishes, and so I was like, okay, like I'm just gonna do these because they're really annoying and I can't use the sink. And then my boss goes, who did the dishes? And they're like, oh, Kelsey did. Wow, the old receptionist never did the dishes. It's because it's not our job.
Yeah.
It's not our job to pick up after 40-year-olds.
Well, that's literally because I'm recovering for her. She's like, don't do their dishes. Like, we have a dishwasher, but because of COVID and stuff right now, we're just using single serve stuff. And we're supposed to be going back to normal dishes. And that was supposedly going to be either like last week or potentially this week. Thankfully, I only work 3 days this upcoming week, because if I have to start doing grown-ass men's dishes, I'm going to be throwing hands. Nope, because men already tested my patience at work. I got 2 harassing phone calls. And I work for, like, an engineering firm. I should not be getting harassing phone calls at an engineering firm. No. I also had to book a hotel room for our CEO, and I was like, I am not a personal assistant. Yeah. Then I also got asked if I was one of the other engineers' personal assistant, and then they asked me, why doesn't he have a personal assistant? Dude's like maybe in his late 20s. I'm like, who do you think these people are? Like, no.
Oh yeah, someone's gotta manage Chad's social calendar.
Yeah, so I do the absolute bare minimum when it comes to the admin stuff, because I know I'm like, this is not my job. Y'all know where everything is. I don't. I've been here the shortest amount of time. People have been really nice so far, minus the little, like, there's cups and things, and then the 2 harassing phone calls. But other than that, it's been a good week. It's been a really good week.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
My week, well, I'm officially 26 years of age.
Oh, so you can say you're in your... Well, I guess you could always...
No, I'm still in my mid-20s.
You're not in your late 20s.
Yeah, that's next year, but we don't talk about that. So we threw me a party, and It was very, very fun. It was one of the best birthday parties I've ever had.
Aw, yay.
The theme was Kelsey's favorite things.
Shocker.
Yeah. Well, so it wasn't my 26th birthday. It was my last day of being 25 because my birthday was on the Sunday. So we threw the party on the Saturday and we had like all my favorite foods. All the decorations were like a mix of all my favorite like movies and stuff. And then there's 100 photos of me around the house.
Yeah, it was a little jarring. Whenever you turned, there was a photo of Kelsey, and then you also put your headshots up.
Yeah, it's great because if anyone took a picture, I was in every single picture.
Yes.
Just in the background.
Yes.
Yeah, like even in the bathroom, I put a picture up of me.
You did.
So I was with you always. And it was really fun. My lovely boyfriend decided to do Kelsey Jeopardy. And the podcast was even a category. And so we had to split people into three teams because there was like 4, 8, 12. So there was 12 people playing. And then there was like, of course, I wasn't playing. Watch, I would have played and lost. No, I helped him come up with the questions. And we're like, okay, to split up the teams evenly, we're gonna have to do it because if we let them pick their own teams, Amy and Kaylee are just gonna destroy everyone.
Yes.
So Amy was a captain, Kaylee was a captain, and then Camille was a captain because they're the three who've known me the longest and know me the best. And we were all like, if there's an odd number, we shouldn't let Amy play because she'll win. Amy, what place did your team come in?
We don't gotta talk about it, okay? I got last. We got like 300 points.
Amy's team came in last. Kaylee's team won. Shout out to our newly married lady.
Okay, in my defense, I got put on a team with 3. Nothing against the guys. I got put on a team with Kaylee's fiance.
Sorry, Kaylee's husband.
Oh, sorry, Kaylee's husband. My bad. Kaylee's husband, Camille's partner, and then Dawson, bachelor number 3, I think he was.
Yeah, bachelor number
3.
There's a ragtag group you had there.
Yeah, and every time they'd be like, Amy. They knew none of the answers. And then I got a couple of them wrong about the podcast too. And I was like, God, I think the one I was really mad about is like how many episodes of the podcast are there. And I was like, I edit these every week. I have to number them myself. And I don't even know.
Yeah.
But I think the one kicker that really got me is we were sitting there and there was a question asked. I don't remember what the question was. And then Dawson just went, oh! And they're like, okay, Dawson, answer. And he goes, Amy, answer. And I was like, Dawson, you little shit.
That's not how this game works.
Yeah, I was like, no.
Yeah.
You buzzed in. You get to answer, friend. Like,
Yeah, and it was really great because, unfortunately your team lost and Daniela was our final Jeopardy winner. So she won a signed headshot of me.
She did.
But we also, speaking of bachelor number 3, if anyone saw our Instagram photo, all 3 bachelors did come to my birthday party. They were invited and they all showed up.
Well, one of them lives with us, so I would hope he would show up.
Yeah, I mean, bachelor number 1, who lives with us, was even a little bit late. And I was texting him, I was like, we are waiting on you for Jeopardy. Come downstairs.
Yes, well, he had to work.
I know. I'm just joking around. Not joking, but I'm just joking around.
Yeah, no, it was nice. They're all super nice guys. All very sweet.
All single if anyone wants their numbers.
If there's anything we have now found out about this podcast, it is that maybe the people on the show won't start dating, but the people will get dates outside of the dating game because of the episode. So if anyone is interested, we're taking applications.
Exactly.
You can come be on it and maybe it'll just like spark something. It'll light the fire under people to be like, oh, this person's on a dating show. Like,
exactly. And maybe we'll do it again with three other people next February. Who knows? We have a super fan who's currently on the list. Maybe she's our next bachelorette.
Maybe, if she wants to be.
Yeah, but what we did at my birthday, so there's like this TikTok trend where people would go to a party and then it would be like a themed party. Like if they were throwing a Shrek party, they would be, I'm Shrek and I think Donkey's gonna get the drunkest tonight. Hi, I'm Lord Farquaad and I think Donkey's gonna get the drunkest tonight. And they're funny, they're cute, they're easy. So Amy wanted to make one. Mm-hmm. So we did. I'm still not sure if I'm going to post it because not everyone is comfortable with it being posted online. So I have to figure out who didn't want to be perceived, and that is okay.
Yes.
It was a tie between everyone thought either birthday Kelsey or I was also in a hot dog costume for a little bit. Hot dog Kelsey was gonna get the drunkest tonight, or baby gay bar Kelsey.
Who was me?
Yeah, and Amy was the drunkest.
Yeah, I blacked out. I don't remember a lot. I remember like a certain point, and then it just gets real fuzzy, and I don't remember coming to bed. I FaceTimed my partner. I don't remember. I remember FaceTiming her. I don't remember how the conversation went. They filled me in, though, the next day, and I was like, oh, no.
But it's a lovely TikTok that I'll cherish in my heart forever. Everyone's costumes were absolutely fabulous. The winners for me was tied between Monday's Buzzed Lightyear Kelsey and Drunk Kelsey in a bathtub. My friend made a cardboard bathtub. He had like a shower head. He had attached like fake bottles.
He committed.
He fully committed, and you know what? I commend him for that. But speaking of TikTok,
wow, look at that segue. That was slick.
Remember how we had that episode earlier on, which is one of my favorite episodes where I went down like the MLM's rabbit hole on YouTube.
Yes.
Well, there has been a resurgence on MLMs, and there's a couple other names for them on TikTok, because we all know there's like so many different communities on TikTok. Like when we were at the wedding, our friend was like, my TikTok looked nothing like yours, and it's, honey, you're on straight TikTok.
Yeah, that was so cute. She's like, your TikTok sounds so much better.
I'm like, sweetie, get off straight TikTok and get on gay TikTok.
Yeah.
But I seem to be on, it's either passive income, side hustle. Those are usually what they like to call.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on like work grind TikTok, which I hate.
Or like it's like entrepreneurial.
Yeah,
TikTok.
entrepreneurial TikTok, and it's terrible. So I was like, you know what? Let's talk about it. We don't get paid enough. You know, the promise of a secondary income that is quote unquote easy is intriguing to a lot of people.
Absolutely it is.
Right? You know, like, oh, you can work for 20 minutes and make $100. That's crazy, because if you work for 20 minutes, that's like, with minimum wage being what, like $14? That's like $3.
Yeah.
So we decided to take a deep look into this. And my God, we could have 4 episodes on this. Like, the information does not stop.
Which is insane.
So we'll start with the one that like most people do that I didn't realize what people were doing until I like actually figured out. So you know when you're watching TikTok and then you go, you see a video that says, things you didn't know you needed off Amazon. This, oh my God, I love this. And you're like, okay, like that seems like a cool product. And then there in the comments, people are like, oh my God, like where can you get it? They're like, oh, the link is in my bio. They're making money because it's an affiliate link. So Amazon has like this program where you can kind of set up your own store. Yeah. And I know a YouTuber I watch has talked about this, and this is how I kind of knew about this, where if you buy the product through their link, you get a kickback. That's what affiliate marketing is. So people on TikTok will like pimp out a product they like from Amazon, and they'll be like, oh, like check out the link in my bio, and that'll send you to Amazon from them to their store. You buy it, they get a kickback. So people have like, my favorite things on Amazon, part 87.
Yeah, like in the list, I remember seeing those sometimes, and it'd be like, things you didn't need, like part 107. And
yeah.
I'm like, how many things do you need off of Amazon? Like, I get that they're like lists and they're huge and Amazon's massive, but it gets to the point where you're like, this doesn't seem genuine anymore. Like, no. You're just making money.
Yeah, and then, because it's a thing, too, because people on TikTok like to see people buying things. You'll be like, anytime you'll see a beauty product, and it'll be sold out everywhere, right? Yeah. Like, I literally had a TikTok go viral. I can't remember last time I checked, but I think it had like over 300,000 views. I have not been on TikTok. I've been so busy until today when I was going through. And if I had linked back to that mushroom toadstool, and I don't know if Canadian Tire probably does not have an affiliate program.
I don't think they do.
Yeah, I could definitely have made probably like maybe $100.
Yeah. Which, you know, is still something.
Exactly. But, like, I didn't do it to make money. I just was like, this is really cute. I made this in the parking garage of our building with my boyfriend.
Yeah.
Thought maybe would get, like, 100 views.
Well, it's also like the one you made about the mirror.
Yeah,
right?
and then the only other thing, I was like, look, this mirror is from Walmart. It is absolutely amazing. It got 20,000 views.
Yeah.
And people are like, post the link. And I was like, I couldn't find it online. Like, I just went into the store and had 4 employees try to get this mirror out. It was a whole thing, but we don't need to talk about that.
Don't need to talk about it.
But, like, that's why you see all those videos, and then the people just sort of, like, fall into it, and that's how these people are making an income.
Yeah.
And then it goes from, like, genuine, like, oh, like, I like this product. Like, there's some things that I have that I like, when you buy something, you're like, this is amazing. Where has this been all my life? And then you have to tell everybody about it. Like, when you find, like, the perfect smudge-proof lipstick.
Yeah.
And your friend's like, oh, I like your lipstick. And then you're like, oh my God, like, look here, like, blah, 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 blah.
Like, let me tell you about it.
Yeah, let me tell you about it. I love this. And then, like, when I think it was a couple years ago, I got a free Google Home.
Yes.
And my dad came over and he was like, oh, what's the weather? So I just asked it what the weather was, and he was like, oh. And then I was like, yeah, wait, and it does all this stuff. So so a few days later, I get a text from him. I bought a new toy. I wanted one too.
Well, I was like, you got a Google Home, and then I got one for free through, I think, like, YouTube or something. Yeah. And, like, I know they're robots, and they just want them in our house.
Yeah.
Shit is so convenient. And, like, you can use them as, like, a speaker. Like, mine will read, like, the news to me. Yeah. I love it. It's so fun.
Exactly, but I didn't tell him to buy it.
Yeah.
I was just like, hey, this is really fun. It's a nice thing to have. It's a pretty good speaker. And, like, that's the genuine of products. But now TikTok has turned into, why are people buying 147 things from Amazon?
Yeah.
That are not, like, like...
It's also terrible because, like... This is a whole other side thing, but, like, we should not be giving Amazon our money if we can
try.
If we can try not to. Like, I know it's a whole thing. Amazon also owns the internet, but, like, if you can, like... If there was a difference between, like, you buying off Amazon or you going to, like, Canadian Tire or you going, like, Indigo or you doing that kind of stuff... do that route. Like, yeah, Amazon's convenient, but they don't treat their employees properly.
Exactly. And then another thing with affiliate marketing. So when you post about an ad, there's a whole law where you have to put hashtag ad.
Yes.
But due to affiliate marketing, it's technically not an ad, so they don't have to post hashtag ad. Because the company is not asking them to advertise.
Yeah, it's free. It's free publicity.
It's free publicity, and they're like, oh, like, you pimped us out, here's a cookie. Like, yeah, because the kickback is quite small, but if people are caught, like, if you see a video that's got like 1 million views,
yeah,
and like 1,000 people buy that.
Well, it's like all the people who started getting like the coldest water bottle or whatever that was, right? That went around TikTok for a while, and then in everyone's bio was like hashtag coldest water, but like they weren't technically being sponsored by them. It was a free product given, and then it was like placed in the video.
So that one, like, out of all of the ones we're going to talk about, that one I do not hate the most. Like, I get it. I think it's not as transparent as it should be. I know I follow a YouTuber. Her name is Sierra Schultze. And she was like, hey, drop me, like, ask me where I got anything and I will post the links. And then she made sure to let everyone know they were all affiliate links. And then she did a whole explain on what affiliate links are.
As most people, I feel like, do, but there's some that definitely don't.
But on TikTok, it's almost never disclosed. And that's really, like, that's kind of like the difference between YouTube and TikTok, where I think with affiliate links, it's far more transparent than it is on TikTok.
But before we move on, I just want to, like, because, like, we're talking about TikTok, but there's also a thing on Twitter where, like, if a tweet goes
oh my
viral,
God, yeah.
And then you go to click the viral tweet, and then underneath it's like, hey, bestie, here's where you can get this vibrator.
I know, it's the vibrator. It's always under
it's
there.
Always the vibrator. Or it's like, hey, check out this, like, cool, like, solar light. And then it's like, hey, here's another vibrator. I'm like, Is the money good enough?
I don't know. I think sometimes somebody posted it. It was like $20. Like my boyfriend had a viral tweet, and he was like, "I'm waiting for someone to ask me to pimp out the vibrator."
Yeah. I'm sorry, because we were talking about like affiliate links, and I'm like, that's like the same thing. And I always see those, and I'm like, can we not? Yeah. I would like to see one viral tweet that's not sponsored by a vibrator. Thank you. Yeah. But back to TikTok.
Yeah. So from affiliate, we move up a little more, and this is one that makes me very angry. Drop shipping.
Can you explain that? I don't fully understand the concept.
So drop shipping is where you are the seller, and you never technically have the product in your possession.
Yes.
So what you do is, let's say you're going to sell a hairbrush.
Okay.
So you make a website and you post this hairbrush, and then let's say you're posting it for $10.
Yes.
So I go into your website, I buy this hairbrush for $10. You don't even have a physical store. You don't own this hairbrush. What you do is you go onto a site like Alibaba.
Yep.
Or like Wish, or any one of those like really cheap sites.
Yeah.
You buy it and then have it sent to that person's address. So it's never in your possession. And then like you're buying that hairbrush for like maybe 10 cents and then having it shipped to them, and so you're making $9.90.
So that's like the shitty version of wholesale.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so that's what drop shipping is, and that's what a ton of people do on like, no, it's not them advertising like trying to sell. It's on TikTok. You see a lot of people telling you how to drop ship. Like the drop shipping market is now very oversaturated, but they're like, here's how you make money. It's called drop shipping, and it is fucking awful.
Yeah, that's absolutely terrible.
So, and like I watched a TikTok on how she was like, this is my most popular like drop shipping item. It was like a 10-cent like bandana for dogs that she was selling for $15, and she had made like $40,000 from drop shipping, and it's very awful, and I hate it. It's also ruined Etsy.
Yeah.
So when Etsy was originally created, it had a very specific set of rules what you could sell.
Yes.
You know, it had to be homemade, you had to be producing it yourself, and it was full of like so many amazing things, amazing creators, and like, you know, it was so where people could make some, you know, little side income, like off like their knitting, their crocheting, their painting. Like we have a couple friends who have Etsy stores. Like our friend Ashley makes really cute masks and scrunchies.
Oh, yeah, and like little catnip toys.
Yeah. What's her Etsy store? Shout it out.
It's her Instagram store is at Geeky and Cutesy.
Yeah, and we'll also link it in the bio. But like that is all. She makes it herself. They're very sweet. She made for Kaylee's wedding. We had to have face masks as well if it was too many people. So she made us the whole bridal party face mask. She made Kylan and Kaylee like really cute like Mickey and Minnie wedding headbands that I think were nicer than the actual ones.
Oh yeah, they were so sweet.
And that's the kind of stuff that Etsy was for. But once Etsy went public, the company more cared about shareholders, which as many companies happen, and the site got overrun with drop shippers. Mm-hmm. Because for my birthday, I wanted to do like I was going for like an avant-garde like princess look. Like I wanted to do, like I know everyone does like the avant-garde Marie Antoinette, but like I kind of wanted to do that.
Yeah.
And I found this really cool like crinoline, and I thought it was, and they said like, oh, like it was handmade, and I was like, this is really pretty. It's $60, but you know what? It's handmade. And I was like, but the pictures, something looks a little off on the pictures. So I reverse image search it. I found it on Amazon.
Oh no.
So it wasn't even handmade. It was a drop shipper. And then like on Amazon it was $20. And I was like so fresh. And then, but it didn't like, the shipping time was going to be far too long, but then I was also just really angry, and I just kept looking and I couldn't really find anything that I wanted that clearly wasn't drop shipping, and it was so frustrating because it ruins the integrity of the entire website.
Well, and it makes people who make homemade products like it lessens their value, because now these people have to deal with like false advertising. It's these people who are like, oh, I can hand make this for $10 when that's not actually a realistic price point.
Exactly.
Hand making things takes forever. It's like that TikTok noise that went around like, it costs so much because it took me fucking hours.
Yeah.
Like it takes a long time. And like if you want nice things, you have to be willing to pay for it.
Exactly. And so that ruins the integrity. And then there's also the argument, well, isn't that what, like, you know, you go into your local boutique, aren't they technically drop shippers? No. And here's why. So there is a difference from buying wholesale. So when I worked at my previous job, we would get jewelry. And now the jewelry was purchased wholesale in Los Angeles. And I'd get this necklace and it would be $5. And then I would times it by 3.
Yeah.
And sell it for $15, right? Now, yes, there is a markup because there is a markup to all products. Mm-hmm. But here's the thing. When a boutique is buying it, they first are sourcing the quality.
Yes.
So with drop shippers, don't even know if that's good quality.
No.
So the boutique is sourcing the quality. Then they have to pay. So they have to pay for the person to buy it.
Yep.
They have to pay for it to travel to get to the boutique. They have to pay for the rent and the person to sell it.
Yep.
So those are all the costs. And then there's why the markup. It's just the cost of doing business, right?
Well, there's a whole, there's like wholesale conventions. People go to wholesale. It's a job. It's called being a buyer. Mm-hmm. And like their literal whole job is to go through calendars, or not calendars, catalogs.
Yeah.
And like find products and be like, this is what I want. And then you have to order so many products. And that's also part of the markup is because if you order so many, you're not quite able to sell them all. Like you also have to take that into cost.
Exactly. And then there's also returns.
Yep.
When a business buys something and then is selling it, they have to be aware that products will be returned. Or there's LP, which is like loss prevention, right? And shrinkage. They are prepared for all of that in their markup, and that is understandable. Now, if you want to, there's nothing against you buying something wholesale for yourself.
No, there's nothing wrong with that
Absolutely.
at all.
Like if you know where to get something wholesale and you're like, I know like this necklace, they're selling it for 15, but I know exactly where they buy it and I can get it for 5 myself. I have no issue with that.
Yeah.
Because that's just, no, like it's like with hair products. When I worked at the salon, I got access to the beauty supply store. So the shampoo Amy and I use was $18.90 at the beauty supply store. Sephora sold a smaller bottle for $30.
Yeah.
And I had access to the supplier, so that's why I was able to get it for cheaper. But I was not selling it. Like I see on Facebook Marketplace.
Oh yeah.
People are selling it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And that's where there is an issue. And then when it comes down to is returns, if you drop ship something, like good luck returning it if it's terrible.
Yeah, you're probably gonna like just lose your money.
Exactly. So that's like one of my biggest problem. And then TikTok was like, here's how you drop ship. Here's how you drop ship. And like, oh, this isn't. And then some people would get called out on it. People on TikTok would start these small businesses.
Yes.
Then say the stuff was handmade. And they were just ordering it like cheap all the way for like Alibaba. Like this girl I remember was selling these rings. She was from Australia. She was selling these rings in these cute little shell ring boxes. And she said they were handmade in Australia. And somebody literally found the supplier. And she was selling them for like $40. And they're like, this is 4 cents each on Alibaba. Jeez. And she just got like torn apart. But that's, so yeah, they're like, okay, well, I'm ordering wholesale. You know, it's fine to order wholesale and sell wholesale, but don't lie and say it's fucking handmade.
Yes. Like just be transparent. Like, that's all you have to do.
You know, and like that's also part of a buyer's job is to curate.
Yeah. Like,
you can buy a shit ton of stuff, but also part of the buyer's job is to wade through the garbage and be like, this is good. And like, that's the difference between being a buyer and being a drop shipper.
Yeah, that's what they taught me. Like, that was part of my schooling is like, you have to know, because if you're buying for a boutique, your boutique has a certain amount of clients, and you have to have like foresight into like, if you're gonna buy like 20 dresses, you have to be ready for only maybe like 10 or 12 of those to sell at full price, and then you have to be willing to like take that markdown into your budget and everything like that. So there's a lot of things, and I just always feel bad because like it's ruined Etsy, right? Mm-hmm. And it's not fair that all these people who are like really extremely talented, like kind of like what happened with Tatua Matoshi and the strawberry dress. That dress is like $500, but it's $500 because it's made by a small group of women. Like, company is all women run. It's these like older ladies.
And they all ethically sourced.
Sourced, ethically made. And then it went on Amazon for like $30. Mm-hmm. And that's not fair to them. And then oddly enough, I think it was Nike.
Oh yeah, Nike.
Nike used a fake strawberry dress in one of their advertisements. And it's like, Nike, what are you doing?
Like,
what are you doing?
Someone is getting fired for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when those mistakes happen, I feel so much better about my job. Like, I'll sometimes make, like, a spelling error when I post on social media, and I'm like, oh my God, I fucking made a spelling error. Like, I'm so stupid. Mm-hmm. At least I didn't run a multi-million-dollar advertisement with a fake product.
Yeah. So that is drop shipping. Thankfully, drop shipping has, like, died down because people are viciously angry about dropshipping, as they should be. Yes. So that one died down. But then a new one kind of started. So everybody loves customized stuff. And there is websites where you can customize, like, take Vistaprint, for example.
Yes.
It is crazy what you can get made on Vistaprint.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I am sitting here drinking coffee out of a mug that our lovely superfan Tracy made Amy and I. They say, can you take my shift? And they're very sweet and very cute, and we love them.
I almost cried. Well, you got yours first, and I was like, I want a mug that's this. And then Trevor got me one, and I wanted to cry because they're so cute.
Yeah, and, like, she made Trevor one with his gamer stuff on it, and they're cute, and we love them. And we're like, okay, we should, like... We eventually will want to make merchandise in the future, because as every content creator does, and there's nothing wrong with making merchandise.
Exactly.
But so this went around. It was like easy ways to make money on Amazon, and then easy ways to make money selling customized mugs. So there was this website where you could make a mug and then, like, sell it, and it's kind of like drop shipping, because they would handle all of the production. So you literally were just posting a mug and then drop shipping that mug to people. And then there was the one on Amazon where it was like make journals. So you would design a journal and then sell it off Amazon. Again, Amazon handles all of the production.
Yes.
And they're like, it's so easy. So I watched one girl actually was like, all right, let's see how easy this is. And she was like, yeah, if you want to slap something ugly in 5 seconds and put it up, but like, it's not going to make you $1,000. So she spent 4 days on Photoshop making like a novel, like making a journal. It was beautiful. She made it and then she posted it on Amazon. And she's like, cool. And a month later, she still had no sales. So people promise, like, okay, that might be an easy way to make money.
Yeah.
But it's not guaranteed.
No. And any side hustle is never guaranteed to make money.
Mm-hmm. And that's what they do, is that's back to the MLM. Whenever an MLM recruiter is trying to get you to join, they're like, I made $100,000 last month. And it's that false promise of like, oh, here's how you can make that money. Well, that money is not guaranteed.
No.
And it's one of those things, you get what you put into it. So don't people advertise like, oh yeah, it's like for 5 minutes and I made $20,000 selling journals off Amazon. And a woman's like, no.
You didn't.
No, you didn't. So, because most likely you stole artwork and then slapped it on, because that's also a big problem with Amazon. There's a lot of stolen artwork.
Yeah.
Like a YouTuber named Eddie Burback, his merchandise got stolen and was just being posted everywhere. So he was like, please get my website up, because they're just stealing my merchandise, like stealing my designs, putting them on a shirt, and people are buying them, and it's really frustrating because you're buying my ripped off merch.
Yeah, that happened with Curtis Connor too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So there was this whole thing. It was like, I think it was Printful was for the mugs, and then Amazon for the journals, and then it was like, oh, you can write I wrote a children's book and popped it on Amazon. And you can write a book and put it on Amazon, and I mean, some people have done that and they've become bestsellers, like the Great Gatsby, but Nick has scoliosis.
What's the point of that book?
I don't know, but it's sold a bunch on Amazon.
Oh, okay. Good.
Somebody wrote that.
Good for them.
Well, Great Gatsby is in the public domain, so somebody wrote that.
That's why it was like Great Gatsby, but with the Muppets.
Exactly.
Somebody get on it.
And like, you can, like, I have a family member who wrote a book, and you can buy it on Amazon, and it sold thousands of copies because she has a website. And I don't necessarily agree with the work that she is putting out and her book, but that is on her. I'm not going to tear my cousin apart, because that is not fair when she cannot defend herself.
Yep.
But she wrote a book. It's doing well. I mean, she considers herself a best-selling author. That is all skewed, but we won't get into the whole ripoff that is best-selling author.
Yes.
And you know what? She made money. She makes about $4,000 a month off this book, like an average.
Well, I remember there was like a TikTok star, and I'm not going to say her name because I feel like I'm the only person who might have a problem with this, but I didn't think it was great. She made a TikTok about like, oh, if you like want to write your own book and like get it published, this is how I do it, because she's a self-published author. Mm-hmm. What she did was like she'd write her book, and then she would just go onto like Fiverr to get it like edited and then get someone to make a cover. And like Fiverr is okay because it's like basically like freelance contracting, but something about that just like kind of rubbed me the wrong way a little bit.
See, I don't know if I necessarily have a problem with it, depending on, okay, so for the cover of the book, so she's gonna freelance an author to make a cover. I don't have a problem with that if the author is being paid for their work.
This was my thing.
Yeah.
I was just like, it didn't just say if they were being, because the issue with like Fiverr and like those kind of websites is obviously it's people being paid for less than what they're worth, and I don't think this TikTok person would do that. She seems very nice and sweet, mm-hmm. So I think she would pay somebody for their work and for their time. Mm-hmm. But there are people who, once she posts this TikTok, will take advantage of that system and pay people the bare minimum. So I get that she's being transparent, but I was just very much like,
well, like, the thing with Fiverr is it's not, like $5 is, like, the least amount. Like, there's stuff on Fiverr for, like, $200.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, like, I've seen a couple of YouTubers have done this where they take a picture and then they get 4 different levels of people on Fiverr to edit it.
Oh,
to see, like, a $5 edit, a $20 edit, like, a $100 edit, and a $1,000 edit. And those videos are actually very interesting. Oh, and sometimes, like, the $30 edit is better. Like, a lot of the times, the mid-level price is better than the expensive one.
Oh, they usually are.
They usually are. Yeah. And like that is, yeah, I don't know. I understand like how you see that as like a little bit of a gray area, and I do, but a lot of it's contract work, and a lot of people, you know, will do contract work, not get paid very much for it, and then sometimes it turns out to be incredibly successful. Like there's how many times, you know, people have done something, gotten paid so little for it, and then it's just blown up, and you're like, but that gets into the whole area of one-time fee first residuals, which is a big thing in the acting industry. If you get your lump sum or you sign up for residuals.
Yes, which is again a whole other podcast.
Yeah, which is a whole other podcast. Yeah, but that was like the thing on Amazon that was going around, and like I was very happy because a lot of with these TikTok side hustles or passive income, people will tell them and then nobody actually does them. Yeah. So we're like, I want to see, you know, is this working? This girl, she spent the time. She was like, does this work? Because I keep seeing it on my For You page, and you know what? Nothing's guaranteed. There is truly nothing's guaranteed. And then there's a whole thing again where it's kind of drop shipping, so you're not there for any of the process of it being made. Like people were getting these mugs, and they're like, these are really shitty mugs. Yeah. And so it's like the girl, she made the journal, she ordered it herself, and she was like, I personally don't think like the cover quality is that nice. And it's like you're again putting out your own product, and you have to kind of, it comes down to like the whole, like we'll finish with this point later, but a lot of this just comes down to an ethical reason.
It does, like most things under capitalism.
Yeah, it comes down to ethics. But the last one I want to talk about is here's a couple honorable mentions before I talk about the last one. Do not trust a single person on TikTok about cryptocurrency and stock market. Do your own research.
Yeah, the number of like ads, especially when the whole GameStop thing happened, the number of like cryptocurrency stock market ads started like flooding my TikTok was insane. Yeah, and then like the whole thing, I was watching this TikTok and she was like, you know, the thing with cryptocurrency is if you put $30 in it and you make $30, take that $30 out and then just see where the money you have made go. And I was like, that's gambling. That is gambling. It's literally gambling. You just described the definition of gambling. But it's not, Kelsey. It's crypto.
It's cryptocurrency. But yeah, maybe another time, but I don't want to talk about cryptocurrency in the stock market. But the one thing I will say is do not take advice.
Do your own research. Go to a bank.
Yeah, do your own research. Don't take one person's thing like, I did this with cryptocurrency. Like, fuck Logan Paul.
Oh, yeah, fuck him.
Fuck Elon Musk. Like, ugh. But the other honorable mention is someone was like, oh, you make YouTube faceless content, because what they would do is they take a free video, they take free background music, put it on YouTube, and they're like, you can make so much money. First of all,
what?
Yeah, have you not seen that one?
No.
So when you're looking up, the lo-fi beats girl.
Oh, yeah.
So it's people would find free sleeping sounds and then a picture of rain, a video of rain falling, put them together and then post them on YouTube, and they're like, this is how you can make millions of dollars. Well, I mean, the lo-fi girl,
yeah,
I don't know if she's making her money.
Oh, she probably, they are.
Yeah.
But they also have merch and stuff.
Exactly. But we are on YouTube. We have not seen a single cent from YouTube.
But you have to get so many views within a certain amount of time, and I think you also have to have a certain amount of subscribers.
Yeah, and who's gonna subscribe to calming music? I mean, sure, there's some people who do.
Yeah.
But, that's not a good way to tell people to make easy money, because we all know how hard the YouTube grind is, and okay, you're making background music, you might not see a single dime. There's some tutorials on YouTube that have millions of views that who knows if that person, they posted it 10 years ago, who knows if they even have ads enabled. A lot of YouTubers have missed out on money because they didn't know how to enable ads. So I think that one was kind of I was listening to it and I was like, dude, you don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But the last one I really want to get into is the age-old, if you fill out this quick survey, you can earn $5.
Oh, yeah, those went around TikTok for a decent amount of time.
These have always been, they never go away. They were focus groups, they started on paper, or
I think I did a focus group one time, actually, and I got a gift card out of it, but it was through my school.
Exactly. Those things, the surveys have been around for years. I'm sure they've been around since the beginning of marketing.
Oh, absolutely.
And people will post these websites oh, you do a survey here and get paid. Oh, in 20 minutes. Well, they don't tell you about, you'll go on a website, but you're not qualified to answer any of these surveys.
No.
Or you'll go on a website, put your information in, and they gave you a $5 Amazon card, but they just took all your information.
Yeah, and now they're gonna not ever stop emailing you.
Yeah, and they're gonna sell your information, because what do people never do? Read the terms and conditions.
Yeah. Yep.
So I don't know, because I went on, I was on TikTok, and then I searched TikTok side hustles, and I found someone's Pinterest page of 30 TikTok side hustles, and half of them were these surveys, and it was a different website every time, and half of them looked sketchy as all hell. I didn't even want to look up the website on my computer.
Ooh.
And then I remember when I was in school, one of my classmates, you had to give a speech on teaching something. So I did a speech on skincare.
Yes.
He was like, here's how to make money off surveys. And then my teacher asked, what do they do with your information? Because you would put in everything you bought, you'd put in your receipts to earn points. And she's like, so what are they doing with all that information? He had no idea. Yeah, and he was like, oh, and you had they had a website where you would go to the website and then shop from the website. So you would go to the survey website, and then it would be if you're gonna make a purchase from Amazon, hit this button and it would take you to Amazon, but it's tracking your traffic. And I mean, we all know the internet tracks us and everywhere, and no information is truly
safe.
Yeah, but he didn't even know the repercussions of what he was teaching people,
which is super bad. If you're gonna teach somebody something, it's going a self-help seminar. That shit is sketchy.
Yeah, Rachel Hollis, Girl Watch Your Face. Nah, she has fallen far.
Yeah, I looked at her book and I was like, maybe, and then as more information started coming out, I was like, oh, I'm very happy.
Yeah, she would also go to MLM conventions.
Oh, of course she did.
So that's the whole thing with all of these TikTok side hustles and like MLMs is they do the same thing as MLMs. They prey on people who are looking just desperate to make money and don't really do their research, because with any of the things we've talked about in this episode or the last episode, 20 minutes of research
will literally, it'll save you a whole lot of time down the hill. Because as we talked about with MLMs before, MLMs like to prey on people at like their weakest moments when they're like, I need money and I need it fast, and these seem like the quickest, simplest, easy way to get your foot in the door. But it's not. It actually ends up in the long run. For the most part, it's not the same situation for everybody, but I want to say for at least 70% of people, it puts you further in debt.
Yeah, and the problem now with TikTok is TikTok's main viewers are the younger generation, and I don't know how many ways I saw ways for teens to make passive money.
Yeah.
So it's preying on younger people. Like, he was like, oh, look at this website. You can do surveys. You just have to be over 13. Yeah. So now it's preying younger, because like MLMs, like essential oils oils don't prey on teenagers.
No, they prey on like single moms.
Exactly.
Or stay-at-home moms.
But now TikTok is starting to prey on teenagers.
Yeah.
And like when you're a teenager, your first job is usually like a minimum wage customer service job. You work at the mall, you work at a fast food restaurant.
Yeah.
But now it's trying to tell like teenagers like, oh, like, you know, if you want to stay for college, you don't want a fast food job, like you can make all these. Okay, so they do these, and then they've used all their time. Their information as a minor is being sold.
Yeah.
And they have no money for college.
Well, and also it almost turns people's like hobbies into now a job. So then these young kids are like, oh, I can only do things if it's now monetized.
Yeah.
And that's not a healthy mindset. You can do things just for enjoying them, and if it makes you money, that's a bonus.
And that's the problem that TikTok has, and we can talk about like in another episode, because believe me, there's more information. Like there's things on my sheet that I didn't even get to.
There's a lot. And I think I know this one girl on TikTok, I follow her, and she does like crocheting, and she'll make like little like crochet videos of her making like shirts or like cardigans and stuff, and always in the comments they're like, are you gonna sell those? Are you gonna sell those? Are you gonna sell those? Like, I want one so bad. And she'll constantly make TikToks going, I do this for myself and for my friends, and that is it.
Yeah, like it takes selling, like we've been conditioned, like, okay, if you're good at something, you need to be making money off it. Like Amy and I are both working office jobs, and I always said, like when I was younger, oh my god, I never want to work in an office. Like I don't want to be tied down. But I think as I get older, it's nice to have a routine.
It is nice to have a routine.
Yeah, it's nice to have set hours. I feel like with this job, I have set hours. I work Monday to Friday, 8 to 4. You know, I get up, I take the train, I do my first bit of work. I always get my coffee at like the same time.
Yeah.
And then I go home and I leave all of my work at like home. I feel like with all my other jobs, I was taking
something home.
I was always taking something home, whether it was emotionally or physically.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, I have my little routine. I'm being paid well. You know, I'll be getting benefits once my initial period is over.
Yes.
And it's just like, it's nice.
Of course.
And like the hustle culture is so toxic.
It is. It really is. Like, as long as your bills are being paid and you're happy, like, but it goes back to, like, again, as the theme of this episode is ethics and greed. Like, we are conditioned to always want more and never be happy what we have. Exactly.
And shitty as it is, like, you know, the 1% are getting richer and richer and richer, and, like, there almost is no middle class anymore.
No.
And with all of these side hustles and stuff, it comes down to your personal level of ethics. Now, we all know the age-old, there is no ethical consumption under capitalism, which is true. You know, most of those things being ordered for wholesale are made child labor, like in sweatshops. So we know this. And yet it's so expensive to buy ethical things, so you can't get mad at people, low-income people, for buying non-ethically made things because they cannot afford $200 for an ethically made t-shirt.
Yes.
And that is like, one, again, okay, so you want to make money, you know, let's say you're a mom and you have your kids and they promise you, TikTok promises you this is the way to make money, but it's just a new version of the MLMs.
It is. It very much is.
But yeah, that, I guess, is today's episode. And I feel like, I hope we didn't get too serious.
But it's something like that should be talked about, right?
So yeah, so if you guys want to buy The Great Gatsby, but Nick has scoliosis.
It's on Amazon.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, it's apparently on Amazon.
I mean, like, I love it, but, like, what is going on?
Yeah, you know what? Hey, it's in the public domain. I have no problem with people making parodies of books in the public domain. I mean, Disney made all of their money off the public domain.
Yep.
So if you want to write, Romeo and Juliet, but Romeo has a mohawk, and that's the only thing. Like, just do it. Just have fun. But, like, be a good person. I don't know. There is, like...
Do things ethically. Do things good. Do them because you want to do them.
Yeah.
Not because TikTok is like, this is how you can make money. No.
Yeah, exactly.
Do them for you.
So, I think that is all for today. We'll see you next week, I guess. Amy, give the outro.
Yeah, that's all we got. So thanks, guys, for listening this week. As always, you can find us on Instagram and Facebook at Can You Take My Shift. You can find us on Twitter at CYTMS Podcast. You can listen to us on Apple, Spotify, Google, Anchor, and on YouTube at Can You Take My Shift. You can follow Kelsey at Kelsey Peets on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. And you can follow me, Amy, at Shelly Amy on Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch. So that's all for this week. And until next time, Kelsey, can you take my shift?
No, I gotta make 4,000 mugs that say live fast, die young, grr. So it's not trademarked.
Grr.
Young grr.
Okay, you gotta let me know how those sell, okay?
Yeah, I will. Yeah.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system.